Alright, here I am. Near East, playing as the Assyrians. Assyrian breasts swell as they recount the heroic deeds of Gilgamesh and Sargon. Minute 10, 50 food, 30 wealth, 30 science. Power technologies cost 20% less, units cost 20% less, knowledge technologies cost 25% more, and food technologies cost 25% more. But what are the victory conditions? Armies and fleets, power tech, city pop, power, spaces on the map, captured seas, wealth. Okay. So, here's the situation, here's what I'm gonna do. Armies and fleets and power techs alongside 300 wealth. That's it, that's what I'm going for. That's all I'm going for, I need to remember that. 9 armies and fleets, 18 power techs, that's it. Give up on everything else. Forsake all other objectives, just focus on those 2 things, plus save up 300 wealth once you're done with that. That's it, nothing else matters. Playing on Professor, because I don't think I can hack it, as a faction of normal difficulty on Master, so I'm not even going to bother. Now, my initial step is not going to be to get flag techs are fine, but I'm going to get more wealth every single passing turn, and for now I am going to do what exactly? Can I flag as many of those tiles as humanly possible? That would be quaint. Yes, it would, but I can't afford that. Okay, fine. I'm going to get a single flag tag. Does that improve my situation to any extent? Can I get these? That's 16, so the answer is no, I cannot. However, were I to compromise the tiniest of bits, get this, that, and this, I could. Wait, that would be 1, 2 fall food, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. And this and that would also be fall food, but it would be 2 tiles. Just 2 tiles. Intriguing. I think it's better to have 3 tiles than to have 2 tiles, so let's flag these. I'll also win ties on these nearby tiles, so it's not the worst of ideas. A new opener I seem to have discovered. Curious. Let's end the turn, see what happens. Now, it's the same amount of food, but I also get more science, don't I? So flagging these 3 tiles might have been a better choice for a variety of reasons. Now, I do want to be able to flag those river tiles, but that's not the only thing I want. 2 food per plain tile, all fur clothes. Make it easier to flag all those hills further down the line, as long as you just start flagging them. And go wild. How many plain tiles do I have? 3. So that'll be 6 food right here, right now. No questions asked. I think I'll go for a delayed gratification route. Fur clothes are nice, but not now, not yet. Further down the line. Do I desperately try to win contests? I will win contests on these tiles. Oh, this is splendid. I have power here, so let's flag these. More river tiles to get even more food. Well, I could get this one, it will not be contested in the slightest, whereas this one I have no power in, so neither of us would get it. Right, let's get this little tile. So many river tiles under my control. And what do I spend all that science on? Do I possibly trade for science? Would that amount to much of anything? Any point. I'm getting quite a few of those precious river tiles. So that would be 6 in total as far as I can tell. How about... Well, I could have made flagging those cheaper. That would leave me with full food that I could then spend on the grassland tile. Fair enough, let's do that. Let's make flagging river tiles cheaper. And then get this one. That one. And then... this and that. Could have also gotten this and gotten that one further down the line by getting a power tech, a relevant power tech. It's not the worst of ideas though, this seems reasonable, this seems fine. I could get, say, 20 science. What would I spend that on if I were to hypothetically get that? 25 could be science off of rivers, which might be vaguely useful, but this isn't. I need to purchase food. Fur clothes are something I can get further down the line. Further down the line. For now, I desperately need to secure those tiles to get any significant amount of food a turn. Wheeled carts place 3 flags on planes to get all flag tags for planes, but there aren't that many plane tiles left to flag. All get a free grassland flag right here, right now, no questions asked. I won't get that. That will be secured by the Babylonians, so that's fairly pointless, but I might as well try. No harm though. I see we both have power here, but I surround it. I am adjacent to it with 3 tiles, so I would win. I would break the tie. But do I want to do that right here, right now? Or should I go for the silly river tile? Well, no, to secure it, I would basically have to get a power tech. And that seems reasonably pointless. No, let's instead compete for the hill tiles, and let's get a power tech all the way over there. Ah, this is juicy and tempting, but no. We are going north and securing as many hill tiles as humanly possible. I am not getting any hill flag tags because I have workloads that I want to proc at some point. Every single hill tile I flag gives me 2 units of wealth right now. It's quite beneficial. As you can see, the Mitanni are not flagging hills yet, so I am at an advantage. A free hill flag, all 2 food per river. So that's a whopping total of 8 food. I think it's better to get this flag because it can be redeemed for more, like say 11. That is indeed worth more. Let's not get fur clothes. Let's continue trading for food. I do have 2 points of power here, so might as well try to get this. Bam, and that procs fur clothes. These cost 6 now. Flagging them just costs me 6. Excellent. And of course, the more wealth I get out of those, the more I trade for food, so the more food I get, so the more I can flag of those precious mountains. And once I stop flagging the mountains or hills, whatever you want to call them, I'll be able to muster an army. But I'll try not to go out a conquering. Nomadic tribes. Fairly pointless. I don't think I'll be flagging too many things in the nearby future. I have 5 flag tags. I could get, say, sea flag tags. That would bring me up to 8. Do I also want to get forest flag tags? I could invest in those and that would effectively proc nomadic tribes. Or I could try to go for the holy city. Fine, let's try to go for the nomadic tribes. Would I succeed or not? Remains to be seen. I do not have any power here, but neither do the Elamites. So that's all fine and dandy, that's all fair. We both have power here from attack. I could get more power up in those hills. Not the worst of ideas, but could I possibly get 50 science next turn? No, that's not possible. I don't have enough wealth. What could I get? 37 would be nice. And I can get it really cheaply. Other than that, let's save up a bit of wealth. Or do I... No, I think I should continue flagging desperately and aggressively. There's so much stuff over here that I want to get. I don't want to compete for this tile. If neither of us gets it, that's a terrible outcome from my perspective. So let's instead try to get as many hill tiles as I possibly can, as quickly as I possibly can. We'll get science off of hills. That'll pay off soon enough. I could hypothetically go for my silly Caspian Sea plan, which would involve flagging all of these sea tiles, then deploying fleets there because they're cheaper to deploy than armies. And I want to get many armies and fleets anyway. And since I want to do that quickly to secure those victory points and win before I lose, I might as well go for the Caspian Sea plan. The Caspian Sea strategy. 5 flags in a turn, all get 10 science. No questions asked, just 10 science. Unless I build more cities. 5 flags in 1 turn, is that even possible? Can this be done? Possibly, if I trade for food enough. Well, either way, for now, let's get science off of hills. It's a decent bit of science. Science of rivers would also be nice, possibly. Can I trade for 50? I can't, not quite. I can save up enough to get an army the very next turn. Ooh, I also can't afford the flag ticks, but that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. I wanted to flag hills anyway. We have equal power over here, so let's not even bother with it right now. Let's instead secure as many hill tiles as possible, as I have mentioned quite a couple of times right now. I don't think I'll be able to flag 5 things all at once. And getting flag tags seems like a more and more distant perspective. Though I shouldn't shy away from it, it sounds like a reasonable one. Bah, this seems reasonable in and of itself. There isn't a turn counter, so I don't know what turn it is, but presumably... Yes, I was about to say, presumably all these factions will start deploying armies soon. Well, they just did. And I'm threatened by the Elamites. I don't like them. Get all forest flag tags by placing flags in forests. All own 3 cities on hills. Maybe one day, but not today. Elamites, you are trying my patience. Well then, let's get science off of river tiles. I have quite a few of them. Might as well get science off of them. Turn after turn, these things add up, as you know. And how much power do I have? How much power do I need? Will they pump power to conquer? Well, if they do... if they do, then more power to them. Yes, quite literally. Place 3 flags. Well, if I place a flag here, I will have placed a flag. Indubitably. Now, if I lose this, which I almost inevitably will if the Mitanni try to go for this forest tile, I will still have placed a flag. This doesn't sound like the best of ideas, does it? Fine. I can't flag both of these, unfortunately. So I guess this is where it ends, and I won't be able to put down 5 flags almost certainly. Although, with the resources from nomadic tribes, I might be able to at some point. I'd have to arrive at some sort of a conflux of all of these opportunities, so I would have to place enough flags and forests to get... I retain this. I would have to place enough flags and forests to get bronze axes, which would proc nomadic tribes. I would need 2 more flag tags, at which point I would possibly be able to place 5 flags in total, I don't know. Oh, this would work with expedition, wouldn't it? Do I want to trade away nomadic tribes for a free sea flag? Or am I too invested in securing this? Well, that's a huge price to pay, though I will proc bronze axes, so at that point, it's just a matter of getting those sea flag tags, which isn't the worst of ideas. Fine, let's proc that and let's flag things quickly. That's a lot of science. What do I even do with that? Get flag tags? I can't get sea flag tags, I don't have any sea tiles flagged. Well, what I do need to get this turn is, say, wealth off of rivers. That sounds valuable. I'm not trading for science, but I am getting plenty of it. Mostly because I've invested in these techs, despite the relatively huge cost. Next turn, I will be able to afford more wealth off of every single hill tile. That is meaningful. That is magnificent. I can scarcely believe this is happening, but it is. I could get power in forests, at which point I'll have an advantage over here in that forest tile. Meaning next turn I won't be able to secure more resources off of hills. Unless I trade for science. Yeah, trading for food doesn't seem that wise. I could and presumably should get another army, But securing all those tiles, especially that cheaply, yeah, that's the way to go. Let's get power in forests. Flag this little forest tile. Oh, and that's it. Well, at least I'll secure it. I would like 50 science next turn. I only have to trade 30% of my wealth for that. I'll barely not be able to afford another army next turn if I do that, though. Which is still fine. Let's get that wealth. Let's get that wealth. Off of the hill. That makes perfect sense. I'll be missing out on opportunities, though. Will the Mitanni actually try to flag this tile? Doesn't seem like it, so I get this forest tile, might get that one as well. The army got destroyed by the Hittites over here! This is huge! This is incredibly important. In this game, very rarely do armies actually get destroyed. It's not like StarCraft that you can lose a unit here and there. Any unit lost is a huge deal. This is a short game where it's almost impossible to destroy units. And we've just witnessed the demise of one of them. Wow! This puts the Mitanni incredibly behind. They are here, all they have is a single city, and they've lost their only unit. They're ripe for the taking. All for zeal text to have movement cost across forests or a trading settlement incurring a river space. No. I did not trade for food. So alas, I can't exactly benefit from that, but I will get as much wealth as I can. I will squeeze as much wealth as I can off of these hills. 13 more wealth every single passing turn. I think I've made the exact right moves, my goodness. Think I've done it, I think I've figured it out. 56 is all I need, so I can trade 80% for food. Or, you know, I can get flag tax or power tax or something. What do I want? Presumably flag text for the sea would be nice, but for that I would need to have at least one sea tile flagged already. Oh, I see, they do have the power tech though. Well, I don't care. I don't think they have the luxury of trying to flag that. No, we'll see, I guess. Do I trade for science? And if so, what do I want to do with all that science? More food off of rivers would be nice, and it would stack. It would add up over time. So yes, I think I might trade for science and then get 6 more food every single passing turn. If for no other reason than to be able to upgrade my cities, move my units and so on. It seems like next to nothing. It's just 6 tiles, but it's relatively meaningful. Actually getting it off of hills would be better. 13. And that's a mere 62. Significantly cheaper. So let's spend 40% and get another army anyway. How about I spend the rest on food to be able to flag more broadly? No, how about I don't? I'll get this tile, that tile, maybe a sea tile, and then I'll be able to get cheap sea flag tags. I'll eventually prog expedition in nomadic tribes. I will! But look at this, I'm not threatened. They're in a lot of trouble. The Mitanni all, oh my goodness. Incredible. They have deployed a unit, but oh no, and they have gotten that tile. They have decided to contest it. Well, they've even managed to defend the borders. Incredible. Playing attacks to half movement cost across plains. That's intriguing. Place 3 flags on the sea to get all sea flag tags. I love this. We're not getting those tags ourselves. No, we're getting them for free. First of all, let's get all the food. And now let's begin the flagging. Let us commence. Actually, shouldn't we deploy? No, we don't need to deploy our unit quite yet. It's gonna be fine. I see the Elamites have power at sea, which is unfortunate. Let's get the hill tile. Those are quite precious. Let's get another forest. Those are also quite precious. Deploy an army. But we can't really move across the hills because it costs too much. Let's spend all of that wealth on buying up food. We can't quite afford a third unit, not quite yet, not anytime soon. But at some point we might get one. If the Elamites don't try to flag this, we might be able to squeeze in a little city over there. That would be really neat. Okay, they're flagging here, not there. Everyone's low on power so far, which is fine, though I am threatened from multiple directions. I should probably get politics to sort that out. Annus Mirabilis. Sounds adorable, if only I could pick it alongside these. Two points. Getting power tax is the way to go here. I'm fairly confident in that. So power at rivers. And in the plains. Let's move this army over here to cover as many tiles as humanly possible. I guess I'll lose a single river tile to the Mitanni, but that's okay, they are particularly pathetically weak. I know I want to place 5 flags in a turn, but first of all, I don't even have 5 things to flag all at once, and second of all, I do desperately want to deploy the city. There we go, erected. Now I have power in the region, though not as much as the Elamites. Incredible. Let's flag this, I'll get to the grassland soon enough. And I will deploy a fleet in the region. Don't you worry about that. I shouldn't pump power too much. Not too much, I need to be careful. How much power do they have, really? Oh my goodness. Well, no, that's my power. Let's not be let's not be mortified at my own power. 1 from attack, 2 from units, fair enough. I think bumping my power up to 2 is the way to go. It's not that much, but it's sizable and allows me to retain a lot. Is it too greedy? We shall see. They've moved back, so they are doubling down on this attack. Thus the Elamites will secure 1 tile. Had I bumped power further, I would have gotten more. Okay, so I lose 3 tiles essentially. I could have bumped power to 3, and I would have been better off. Quite frankly, I would have been better off either bumping power to 3 or not whatsoever. Putting it all the way up, putting it at 2 is the worst of all worlds. I didn't commit enough, but I committed too much, arguably. Okay, now what? Do I give up on expedition? Yeah, that seems reasonable. Why would I give up on stone cutting money? I know that hypothetically I can plop down all of these flags to proc, galleys, nomadic tribes. No, stone cutting is indispensable. Look at this. Plus 39 wealth. Just like that. So what do I get? More power attacks? Like power at sea? Doesn't sound like the worst of ideas. Power at sea it is. And I have power in the region, so might as well start flagging. Galleys procced. Nomadic tribes procced. There we go. All the good stuff has been triggered. Do I want 3 more units of do I want 4 more units of every passing turn? Yes, please. Do I want to pump power to try to mess with the Babylonians? No. How about another army then? So I can be a menace? Okay, which one of you is the weakest? The Hittites are relatively weak, but too far away. Here are the Canaanites, of course they're weak. Oh, go home, Babylon. They're very weak. Here are the Mitanni. I need to invest in more power in hills, otherwise they'll start threatening me. The Elamites are right beneath me over here. It's mostly Babylonians, then Mitanni, then the Elamites. This is how we are doing. Could deploy that fleet. Wouldn't be the worst of ideas, but it's not that great. It's not that impressive. It's a cute little idea. I won't be able to get an army next turn. Not exactly, not immediately. Let's see. Should I trade for science and try to get even more power techs? 104. What can I get with that? I think there's a decent chunk I can get for a meal 50 something. 56. So let's trade just the tiniest of bits, like just 20%. We're not pumping power, we're not reducing waste. Although, you know, reducing waste a bit might be the way to go. Fine, let's reduce waste a tiny bit. I can still afford a fleet. 55 is not enough, is it? No, I need 56, fine. Trading all the way up to 59. How much food can I get? Let's get 32 to be able to deploy another city. Say, over here. For defensive purposes, of course. Ooh, a city over here would also be nice. It would be pretty swell, I would say. So yes, let's build a city over here, then desperately try to grow it as quickly as humanly possible. I'll get that fleet sometime soon, but later. Right now, I'm not pumping power, the Babylonians are trying to defend, and they will manage easily. An army got destroyed, an army of the Canaanites just got obliterated. Brutal. Conquer a forest space or spend money to keep on getting money turn after turn. Music to my ears, give me. I know it's a huge investment, but I can afford that investment right here, right now. Oh, well, they don't have that much power over here, and there's the defensive bonus to take into consideration. Let's do it. I will not be flagging that many sea tiles. I know I won't be moving my army, but this still makes sense. And of course, the Babylonians have to swing in over here to defend, but then they won't be as effective at attacking the Elamites. I'm really glad they are pestering someone else. 3 more units of wealth every single passing turn. Food every passing turn would be nice. I don't have that many river tiles anymore though. That's why I'm getting so little food. Let's get power in hills just to secure them a tiny bit more. And what do I want next turn then? Out of my science. I mostly have hill tiles, so there's not that much I can actually get. I might as well trade for food. I don't have that much wealth though, so it's largely meaningless. But yes, I guess I could, just to be able to move my units around a bit. And further down the line, though sometime soon, I will try to save up to get another army, or possibly my first fleet. We are equal on power over here, thank goodness. So the Mitanni don't actually take it, and they no longer threaten it. Phew. Having movement cost across the sea, nice. I just need all the sea yield techs. That's going to take a while. Those are very expensive. Fine, give me 3 wealth a turn. Yes, I see. I'll be able to get food off of the sea. I presumably I might just want to get that before I get more wealth of it. Sounds questionable, but not necessarily wrong. Yeah, let's start out with food, then get wealth. I'm not moving my units, not this turn. Well, if I'm going to get all 3 of them to make moving my units across the sea cheap, I might as well start with science? Possibly? Yeah, because it adds up. I know it doesn't pay off too quickly, but it does eventually. So yes, let's start with science, I guess. Druids, spend science to keep on getting science. Build Assyrian grasslands for grass and yield tech. Nope. Druids are tempting, but I do need those yields. Well, I do need all of those things. Fine, science first it is. Three units, how much power do I have over here? From 3 units at 1 attack, that's 3. Plus 1 from attack, plus 1 from a city. If I bump them up to 2, that's going to be quite substantial. Because from 3, this becomes 6 ultimately. That's quite a lot. At that point I'm threatening over here, not just defending. And if that's not enough, well, that's the problem. Well, actually that's my problem, but whatever. I'm mostly getting science of those... I'm just getting science of those sea tiles. Actually, just getting science, obviously. That's all I'm getting. Because that's the only thing I've redeemed. But soon enough, we'll start getting wealth. Now, they have more power there, fair enough, so they secured a tile. But they failed to conquer, right? Yes, they failed to conquer, thank goodness. Epic March... Oh, the Grand Bazaar. Trade more favorably for food. Doesn't sound like the worst of ideas, although the investment is tremendous. Give me wealth of the sea. That's plus 9 wealth every single turn. That is a meaningful difference, yes. That's quite a lot. If I spend 90%... I will be able to afford food off of the scene the next turn. However, I will not be able to get a fleet this turn. Which is all fine. Yes, and let's spend 10% on food. This actually is all fine. This is perfectly fine. I'll proc Celestial Navigation next turn. I know I'll presumably miss out on an opportunity. That's okay. I'll start getting those fleets. Keep on getting the armies. I'm doing reasonably well. I'm holding on for dear life. They are pumping the power a decent bit. And I am at this point threatening pumping no power whatsoever. I'm holding on. The AI is pumping power. It's wasting its barracks. Oh dear. I'll take it over the Druids. Of course I'll take the barracks opportunity. I love the barracks opportunity. I know that pumping power is horrible, but what really makes it suck is power waste, power decay. But with the barracks opportunity, not only do you reduce waste, you make buying more power cheaper. I know that that's possibly the wrong mindset to get into, because that means you're focusing on conquest instead of focusing on victory points, but still, it's alluring. Alright, let's deploy a fleet over here. I have some power in the region. I might be able to get 2 cities up. One here, one there. I'll secure myself against the Mitanni perfectly. Yes, I could also grow this one. That's plus 1 citizen, as opposed to plus 2 citizens. I know I'm losing a hill tile, but it's worth it. Of course it's worth it. I mean... these guys are paying dividends. Every single one of them is giving me 2 science and 1 unit of wealth. Makes perfect sense. And there's 2 of them there. Can I afford to bump my power to 2 with 8 wealth? Yes, I can. That's not a lot of money I'm spending. It's a good deal I'm getting. And of course, these opportunities will stay here. This is fine. I just need 5 more armies and fleets in total. No, I can't move my unit over there. My goodness, I wish I got the opportunity to move more cheaply across hills. The cost is killing me. Especially if I am to move my little boat. That's gonna... The Elamites have neglected this because they're busy conquering here and there, so I took a tile off of them. Yeah, they've neglected it because the Mitanni are currently eating into... What is going on? Wait, so let me get this straight. So here are the Egyptians dealing with the Mycenaeans. The Mycenaeans are attacking the Hittites. The Hittites are somewhat attacking the Canaanites. The Canaanites are attacking the Mitanni, who have been weakened. The Mitanni, feeling strong, have deployed their units over here to attack the Canaanites and the Babylonians. Now, the Elamites are defending against the Babylonians over here, but they might just swoop in to take more of their territory, and here I am messing with the Elamites. Yes, what an astute political analysis, yes. Conquer a hill space, or double your city pop to reduce any waste. That would work well with the barracks opportunity, wouldn't it? I would need a decent bit of time to practice, though. It's 18 citizens. Is it more likely for me to conquer a hill? I'll presumably have to replace this anyway. No matter. More science now, that's not worth it. A bit more food, that's not a lot. Pays off in 110 turns. Power on some insignificant tile type? No. I'll just save up science and get some power techs next turn, I guess. I really shouldn't pump power fully. You know what happens then? It's a death spiral. I'll have plenty of wealth next turn. I'll be able to redeem another army. Can't quite build a new city. Not quite yet. What's the power situation? How are the Elamites doing over there? Well, they have a bit of power in various places. Just 2 points of power here and there, though. Mostly because of the city. How quaint. What about the Babylonians? Are they completely falling apart? Not exactly. And the Mitanni over there. Oh, I see. Not a lot of power in those forests to the north. I might deploy an army over there and mess with them the tiniest of bits. But for now, I'm going to mess with the Elamites. Haha, and I'm going to take away the sea tile. Because I can. Maintaining power at 2. That is about it. Should also reduce power waste and such. Yeah, all the units move about. It's difficult to keep track of every single one of those interactions. I barely managed to conquer, and that's what we want to see. Conquering by a single point. You don't need... It doesn't matter. If you take the tile, it doesn't matter whether you take it by 5 points or 1. As long as you take it, you take it. So you want to spend as little as you have to. And get as much out of it as you can. I see. Now I desperately have to defend over here. I haven't really threatened. I haven't pumped power all too much. I've mostly been saving. I could deploy yet another army. How much power do they have over here anyway? The Babylonians have 8. And the Elamites have 9. 8 from my unit? A single one? Wow, these people are interesting. 9 power. Okay, so I would need to pump power to 3. Not impossible. Just deploying a unit won't cut it. I don't need to spend that much to pump power all the way up to 3. Let's reduce power waste. Eventually I want to land on that wonderful barracks opportunity, but for now, let's pump power to 3. Get a brand spanking new city. Set sail for fun and threaten these tiles. With my might. Oh, if I want to retain this, I would love to get food, but if I want to retain this, I think the simplest way to aid me is to get power in rivers. The power is mine. Could get power in cities to just get another power tech, but no, not quite yet, not now. I need 18 power techs to practice anyway. It's going to take a while, a decently long while. The Grand Bazaar is also fairly expensive. I might want to replace that soon enough. Pumping power to 3 surely should save me. I have 3 units here. Will it? Will it not? We shall see. I defend this time. Do I defend that one? I can't count that easily. I do, and I threaten. Herbal remedies, all pikemen. No, thank you. Unfortunately, I do not have enough to reduce power waste further, though I could get another fleet. And it wouldn't be half bad, now would it? Now, I like the idea of being able to reduce power waste even further, but getting another army? Yes, please. Delightful. And since my power just falls to 2 and not to 1, I might as well take this tile. We shall see. If I want to make sure I secure it, I might as well get more power at sea. Those power techs are becoming quite expensive, but they're worth it. Every single bit. Now I am not threatened. The Elamites are. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna swoop to the Nantigal? Yes, and then I'll have to defend over here, presumably. Ah, but I still get this tile. The Elamites are at 8 power. That's a lot. They will threaten. They do. Bridge building. All river yield text to have movement cost across rivers. All uneasy truce. Bridge building is in the west of ideas. I don't think I'll get the bazaar at any point in time. Let's take bridge building and try to get river yield text. Oh, they are so not worth it. I mean, fall signs a turn for 50? If I were to get it, I should have gotten it earlier. So how about no? Uneasy truce is also not gonna proc. I'm going to be constantly threatened. Oh, I'm threatened by the Babylonians over here. And of course, I'm threatened by the Elamites all the way over there. Not good. I think I'll just swoop in to defend. Would that even work? I mean, I could try to take territory off of them over here, but how much do I pump my power then? Let's pump it to fall. I don't like it, but I need it. They're very powerful. Now, thankfully, one of the units is all the way over here. If I pump to fall, will I be able to get this bit of... I will, as long as they don't move a unit here. I take these tiles, and I should be able to defend here and threaten a bit. I know this is undefended and I'll lose it. I guess I just have to accept it. It's basically inevitable. As the Babylonians move away, which they presumably will not. They did! I don't lose this, and I neatly defend everything and take 2 tiles off of the Elamites, threatening this as well for the Babylonians, yes. And I threaten this tile for the Elamites, a tile with the army on it, glorious. Brief respite. I might not be threatened for a single turn, it's not impossible, I guess. Alright, how are they doing? Very little power over here. Swoop in. Well, not swoop in, just move a single tile. Threaten more tiles at sea. Take them. They rightfully belong to you. This is what type of tile is this? This presumably is a plains tile. Yes, it is. So I could get power in plains and push my advantage further, right? Sounds like it. Power in plains secured. Of course, I don't like the idea of pumping power all that much. How much power do they have there? 12. 12, so I would need at least 13. I have 3 from... no, hold on. I have 2 from Tex. So I need a further 11. With 3 units, that would be 12 for, say, full power. Okay, so let's pump it up to fall. That's good enough for me. And let's grow the city. Yes, more citizens. Doing this, I'll also be able to afford another army the very next turn. 2 fleets might be enough. 2 fleets is enough. 2 fleets is absolutely enough for the Caspian Sea plan. I don't need any more to secure it. No one has any fleets over here. It's just me. So I'll take it. Do I just barely lose? Hold on, is that 1 more? I do kick them out by 1! I proc a brief respite because I'm not threatened, so I get the wealth. I could push the advantage getting camel riders. The Tremors is not the way to go. I do not want to get even more fleets. That would be ludicrous. Fall fleets? No. Oh, and I threaten the Elamites over here as well as the Babylonians. Huh. Conquest. I can scarcely believe this. It presumably was... Maybe it was the move on first turn where I got those 3 tiles instead of just 2 river ones. It might have been it. The little pebble. Snowballing. Causing an avalanche, you know. What now? Power in forests? Cities are reasonably cheap, I guess. I think grasslands are in the region I'm trying to conquer some. So I could also get power there. I'm mostly getting power attacks left and right just to be able to have as many as humanly possible. I could also proc camel riders just to push my advantage and try and engage in more conquest. I'll not be pumping power any further. I think I'll be deploying another army. This is intriguing because I'm tempted to reduce power waste even further, but I can do that at any point. And I can't really deploy an army whenever I want. It's quite expensive to do so. Do I move the army to engage the Elamites? Will that even work? Yes, let's do that. They're busy over here. They can't possibly afford to be able to go all the way over there through the mountains. So they might swoop in to defend over here, but they won't be able to swoop in and defend over there. Let's pump power a bit, so I fall down to 3. This is still reasonable. We are also getting power in grasslands, power in cities. Just as many power attacks as humanly possible. Wait, no, camel riders! If I proc camel riders, then I cannot possibly get another army. Fine then, I'll just reduce waste. And I'll fall down to full power, but it's still very reasonable. So this is good power in grasslands. That was a very different turn, but it still makes sense to me. Those 2 points of, those 2 points of power add up. Oh, they've moved both the units to defend over here, which means I'll threaten over there. They might threaten me in return, but I think I'll live. They will swoop in to defend to the north. If they do not, I think I'll gladly cede territory over here. Catastrophe, be threatened a lot. I'll build a city on plains for a plain yield tech. Can I even do that? Well, I can't afford it quite yet, and losing all the tiles over there, I won't be able to afford it ever. The Hittites are getting squeezed out by the Mitanni over here, and mostly by the Mycenaeans. I see, the Egyptians are out there, are conquering the final city of the Canaanites. Well, no, they have another city as well. One of the cities of the Canaanites, this one separated over here, is under siege. They are about to be wiped from history. The Babylonians are also in a tough spot. It's rough. Point of power in cities, just for another power tech. Alright then, I need 120 for another army. So let's pump my power just to 5. That ought to do it. That will do it. They've swooped in a bit. Okay, I should be able to defend at least this tower. What about that one? I lose nothing, and of course the Canaanites lose what they were inevitably going to lose. Catastrophe, or how about invasion? Lose 5 spaces, no. Horse archers, that could be useful at some point. Yes, of course, what did they get? Spaces on the map? Captured cities. Okay, they've captured one city. Yes, the Canaanite city. I don't have enough to get a power tech. I could just get more food. It's not the worst of ideas. I should have gotten this a while back, I guess. Fine, more food. 6 more food a turn. Makes sense to me. This will proc the barracks opportunity. Not the worst of ideas. Or I could get in another army. Okay, 5, I believe I need 9, don't I? Yes, which is quite a few. Procking barracks is not half bad. Yes, but getting an army is an even rarer occurrence, and it's quite useful. Fine, let's get that. Pump power a bit to be at fall. No. It makes perfect sense to actually save up money. It makes a lot more sense, a great deal more sense. Let's not redeem horse archers. I'll presumably replace them next turn. I won't be able to proc the barracks or get another army, but this is decent in and of itself. Look at this. Will I be able to threaten anything? It's quite a few units in a quite a few places. 6 power, 12 power, 2, 7, what? I get threatened, but I also threaten the Elamites, including an Elamite city. So if they do not swoop in, they're fools. Will they swoop in with the unit that's threatening the city of the Babylonians? No, presumably they'll swoop in with this unit. Well then. Am I willing to cede territory over here? Possibly. I'm 5 theater for a victory point. If I could save enough science, that would be most beneficial, wouldn't it? But I don't think I will be able to save enough science. I could trade for it, though that would be difficult. Is there a reasonable chance of me claiming that opportunity? Not really. It's significantly easier for me to just get armies, fleets, power attacks, and then wealth. So I'll ignore the amphitheater. I know that ignoring opportunities that give you victory points sounds unwise, but it makes perfect sense. Oh, and let's get even more food. 4 a turn. This is really nice. I can build another city. Now, should I build it here or over the... presumably... in the mountains. Actually, well, I could benefit more if by building a city here cheaply if I were to take more territory over there. But no. Let's build a city over here to help defend over there. And move this unit all the way over here to once again aid me in defense. Another army next turn? Wouldn't be half bad. Yeah, most things aren't half bad. Let's proc barracks instead. Get up to full power. And let's get that army sometime soon, but not quite now. You know, I can always proc horse archers, but no. Let's try to get this. I don't think they'll be willing to let that go. I think they'll swoop in, so I don't think I'm gonna take it, but that means that they'll stop attacking here. I'm going to take this tile, and I'm going to threaten this city, a smaller city. At least I presume that's what will happen. What actually does happen, we're about to find out. The Mitanni over here messing with the territory of the Babylonians. Of course they've swooped in to defend, so I take this. And they don't actually take anything. I also threatened the hill tiles over there, which they'll presumably swoop in to defend. But they can't keep this up. It costs them so overwhelmingly much to move across the mountains time and time again. Catapults are fun, but prohibitively expensive. Victory points for the Egyptians. Spaces, isn't it? Yes, it's spaces on the map. The Egyptians are doing a bit too well for my taste. What can I do? What can a man do against such overwhelming might? Deploy a fleet? Now let's proc the barracks opportunity. Let's say that I pump power the tiniest of bits to get to 3. Will I be able to defend? The Elamites have 22 from 2 units and then +1 from attack, so that's 23. At 3... no, not even close. Not even close. No, trying to defend is a fool's errand. I will never be able to actually successfully defend here. They simply have too much. All I can hope for in these circumstances is to possibly take some territory over there. They just have too much in terms of power. I know that proccing the barracks right here, right now might have been foolish, but might as well. Oh! They've relented to an extent, they'll just take a single tile. Well, I could have possibly defended that one, I guess. But they do defend over here. They have 11 power. Aside from the Egyptians, they have the most power right now. I presumably should stop messing with them. They are too powerful. Yes, I should focus on winning instead. Threatened by the Babylonians. Go home, Babylon. We've been over this one. And that's what? A grassland tile. Power in grasslands it is then. Threatened over here. Pump power the tiniest of bits, but retain enough to be able to deploy an army next turn. And that's about it. What about those power attacks? I need 6 more. 6 more power attacks necessary. 3 more armies and fleets. Oh boy. Cutting it close though. Can I survive? Will they move away? They did move away. Okay. Do I actually defend? I have 3 power. The Babylonians have 10. But I have 3 units. I defend! I hold! The Canaanites have disappeared from history. I'm sorry, Canaanites. Alas. No longer wasting wealth. That sounds tempting. I don't like wasting wealth. We are laying siege to this city. Glorious. Let's deploy another army. I know the courthouse is tempting and everything, but no. More power over here. Yes, yes please. And since this is where I need to defend, this is the territory that's gonna be contested, not anywhere else, but over here, to the south. This is the city, therefore I need to grow. The exact one. What do I spend my single unit of wealth on? It's completely irrelevant. It's 1 unit of wealth. It's not gonna do anything. Will I actually double my population? Oh, that was because I wanted to proc the... because I wanted to proc the barracks. By getting the final tier of... power waste reduction. Well, that's not ever gonna happen then. They have 2 units over here and they are threatening everything around them. Wow. That's terrifying. And my power has dropped all the way down to a single point. But because of all of this, I can bring it up to 4. Will that suffice? Is that enough for my defensive needs? Is it? I'll dig my heels in. I would love to get more power in hills, but alas, I do not appear to be able to afford that. So it's forests or cities. If I have to choose, I'll take cities then. Thank you. I would love to get... Let's be realistic, I have to get fleets from now on. Armies have become prohibitively expensive, although fleets seem fairly useless. The Caspian Sea strategy, eh? Yeah, right. I guess I'll use mathematics to proc the courthouse? Possibly? Oh, this is not good. I haven't moved that army, though. Let it stay, though. It's not like it's gonna take anything. Do I actually defend? 4, 11... Okay, I've lost fewer tiles than I had expected. Not bad. Mercenaries. To get a sharp but brief boost, all hard one piece, which is not gonna proc. I'm threatened, but I'm just threatened a single tile over there. Actually, this is already defending the tile, doesn't matter. Although I could put some hurt on this tile, this little sea tile. Put more pressure on that. No, it's also yes, but it's also attacked. It's only attacked by a single unit of mine, so it doesn't really matter that much. How much power do they have over here? If they're absent in a given spot, then they don't have that much power over there, huh? Fine. Let's grow this city to emanate a bit more power in the region. Try to fend them off as much as I can. Can't afford any more power attacks. Trying to proc that courthouse of mine, eventually. Yes, let's reduce my power. Clearly that's a sensible direction. I need 2 more citizens. I'm not gonna get them anytime soon. Let's stay at full power, get some more food. To be able to boost some cities of mine, I guess. Here and there. To proc mathematics, to proc courthouse. I don't know. I will lose this tile to a single unit of this, because they have 11 power, and I just have 4, and that's with pumping. Ornamental garden, I will not be able to get that much science. Year of plenty, no. I am threatening the Mitanni over here to the side by accident. But I am threatened by the Babylonians. Go home, Babylon! Power in forests? I mean, why not? Power in forests it is. Faulty? I guess. One more citizen, I proc courthouse. I mean, one more citizen, I proc mathematics, which with which I reduce waste over here, which procs courthouse effectively. That's relatively cheap. Yeah, whatever. I still need... Yes, armies and fleets. I'll presumably get a fleet next turn. As silly as it sounds. They've moved away, so they're no longer threatening here. Do I threaten anything? I do, somehow. A unit has died of the... Oh my goodness. Such a massacre. Well, if I were to take swords to plowshares, no, I would be crazy too, because I need armies and fleets. I see the Egyptians are doing a smidgen too well for my taste. Space on the map, power, captured cities. They are doing far too well. But they haven't won yet. That gives me very little comfort. 65, is that enough to grow anything? Yes, it will be. 149, is that enough for a power tech? No. I need 192. Can't afford that. Not even close. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I can lose some tiles here and there, and presumably I will, considering the fact that I'm on 2 power over here against these titans. Now look, the Egyptians have lost most of the power points. Oh no! How shall they prepare the presentations now? Alright, here's the deal. One more army or fleet, and I'll reach this. At which point I just need 4 more power techs, at which point I just need to save a bit of wealth. And that's it. As long as I don't just perish in the meantime. And I do mean perish the thought. I just might be fine. 3 over here, 2 over there, hands in the air. Pump power to 2. How is that? Yes, and get another fleet. Logos, help me. I'm seriously doing this. Well, it's the Caspian Sea strategy, you see. Meanwhile, the Egyptians are conquering basically everything and everyone. Oh no, they're defending the besieged city over here. Do I retain this? Yes, but I get kicked out of the hills. That's incredible. And I threatened some of the land owned by the Babylonians, who are mostly just getting ravaged by the Egyptians. Fair enough. Spend some wealth to get a random amount of science. Oh, fancy you should suggest that. I'll gladly take you up on that opportunity because I desperately need science. Okay. Final fleet for the Caspian Sea strategy. Victory points acquired. Now what do I do? Well, since I want to dig myself in, I'm going to need what? Power at cities? Yeah, not having my cities be at siege would certainly benefit me. Though before I lose that, I'll presumably lose hills, so let's try to dig myself in as far as hills are concerned. Well, this all is going to be a costly proposition. I have 1 unit of wealth. It doesn't matter what I try to spend it on. I can't really spend it. Because that's basically nothing. Okay. 3 more power attacks. 3 more. Oh, they swooped in over here because they're dealing with the Babylonians who are getting destroyed by the Egyptians who are at 14 power. And meanwhile, I'm just here, huddled, desperately trying to survive. Chariots or the temple complex? It doesn't... I'm not gonna... for the Oracle. How much did I get? I couldn't even... Whatever. Not enough is the answer. Not enough. Not by a long shot. Okay. Desperately, and I do mean desperately, trade for it. And let's reduce science waste. The tiniest of bits. I'll have 197. That's... not quite enough to get another power tech. I mean, if they swoop in, I will stand no chance against them. What am I even doing? This makes basically no sense. I have pretty much no power. Well, aside from the power attacks, yeah, but my armies are not emanating power attacks. Yeah, so it makes no sense. These moves are pointless. I don't conquer this. Obviously, I have 1 point of power against 10. What am I doing? Archers. I could get power on my units from opportunities. 3 or 4. Oh no! How did you get those victory points? Where did you get them? Well, now they either need city pop to 36, all power attacks, all armies and fleets. Well, they're kinda close. Not there yet. Do I want those 2 points of power? You know... yeah, it would be pathetic to actually lose territory over here. So... despite appearances, I actually can kind of swoop in and defend effectively with what few units I have. How far do I want to pump this? 300, that's a decent bit. If I put power at 2, how much do they have here exactly? 5 from 5 units. I already have more? I guess pumping to 2 might be... No, let's briefly pump to 2. That costs almost nothing. There's the power tax, there's the defensive bonus, the cities emanate power. So yes, I should be able to dig myself in over here. Thankfully, the defensive bonus isn't... defensive bonus is meaningful on hills, but the fact that I have cities over here helps a lot. I should just grow them, but I don't have the time. Can't really afford to desperately try to trade for food. I could get more power in hills. Logos knows I could. I can afford it. It's quite expensive, but I can afford it. But what I need is more power attacks. As many as I possibly can get. I'm at 16. And the Egyptians are at 15. It's a bit of a race. If they get all those power attacks before I do, I lose. And that's not the end of it. That's not the end of it either, because once I get those power attacks, I still need to save up wealth to get that final victory point. Otherwise, it'll have been all for naught. Okay, next turn, 217. Which is barely enough to get another power attack, thank goodness. Will they suddenly threaten? No, they've moved away, thank goodness. I'm at 1 point of power, look at this nonsense. So I don't quite take it, but I almost... What? How did a unit got... Nice, the Babylonians are getting pushed further and further back. Spend food to keep on getting food. More likely than the chariots. So fine. I can redeem horse archers or archers further down the line, possibly. for now, what do I get? Grasslands, plains. And trade the wealth for more science. I'm at 17. The Egyptians are at 16. They're almost there. They're gonna win. They would need a major setback to stop them. And I don't think the Mycenaeans are enough of a setback. They're threatening their territory, but that's because the Egyptians are about to win. Oh, they've... Ah, yes, they've lost a bit of power, yes. They have to have quite a few things all at once. If they can save the wealth, or they can have the power, either way is fine. It would work out for them. I need those power techs. 264. This will be enough for a power tech next turn. And how many do I need? Just one! One! Just one power tech and saved wealth. That's all I need. Now hold on. I need 300 saved up wealth, right? Yes. I have the courthouse and I need one silly little power tech. 228 it is. 228. So let's spend half, save the rest. 228, yes. Let's not move anything. 228, 228. 228 science, spend 228 science to get... I seriously get this tile off of the Elamites. At 1 power. Incredible. And the Egyptians have not won yet. Not yet. They're presumably close. Oh, spend this to eventually get enough science. Nah, not gonna happen. How are they at a single point? What happened? They have the power, they have the wealth. They've lost the spaces on the map. Oh, thank goodness, the little tussle between them and the Mycenaeans has paid off. But anytime they reclaim that, if at any point they do reclaim that, I'm done for. Let's get power at cities. And now all I need to do is save up wealth. I just need to save up wealth. That's it. That's all I need to do. Let's move units to try to threaten this? Can't really pump power because I'm desperately saving up wealth. So there's not going to be much conquest going on. Okay, can I actually do this? Now what needs to happen is the Egyptians cannot possibly reclaim the little bits of territory. The Mycenaeans need to make a bit of a dent, they need to make progress. Otherwise they may lose at any point, randomly. Of course, there's also a chance that the Mycenaeans just randomly win. Wouldn't surprise me. Think it's about 2 turns and then I win. Can't grow anything. I'm threatened over here. How much power is that? I can defend myself against that. That's intriguing. Okay. One more turn after this and I win. Now, if I win alongside another faction, that's not good enough. At least not for me. Not yet. It's not over yet. Okay. Logos, help me. Here it comes. Victory or death! Loktarogar! Yes!
Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair.
I have managed with the Caspian Sea strategy! Oh! This is incredible! And on Professor too! I had so little faith, and yet it has worked out. It has barely worked out! It can be done! I was juggling and jostling for position at the very tail end, but my goodness, thankfully it worked out. Not necessarily because of what I was doing, but because of lack of the draw, because of what was happening between the factions. Had they not remained in balance to a sufficient extent, one could have, in a single turn, swooped in to take those victory points. And would have ruined my day. But I have prevailed! And this is how. Temple of Artemis, so 18 powered XL more. Colossus, so 9 armies and fleets or more. And Haying Garden, so 312 all more. The Mycenaeans had pyramids, so 36 city pop. Haying Garden, so 312, and the Mausoleum, so 1 captured city. The Egyptians had the Great Lighthouse, so 90 spaces on the map, and the Haying Garden, so 312. The Elamites had the Mausoleum, so 1 captured city, and the Mitanni had the Mausoleum, so 1 captured city. Boy. The Hittites, the Babylonians, and the Canaanites had no victory points. And, well, we'll either destroy, like the poor unfortunate Canaanites that tend to get obliterated, or we're about to be, like the Hittites and the Babylonians, who were in dire straits at the end of the game. Either way, thank you all oh so much for watching, and you will see me elsewhere.